give this guy a hand. Good day everyone, this is your boy Hodmas here, welcome you back to the channel and always wishing you all the very best. Right, as you can see, I'm back again with a Rise of the Beast Voyager Studio Series review. This time it's part 2 of my Cheetor review, and this time it is his upgrade kit, which I was led to believe this is how it's come. Master decal, model decal, handset, it says letter B, and on the back this looks like the instructions, basically to give this old boy some proper decent hands. And it also comes with some upgrade filler kits, some new feet, and it comes with some new weapons for him. So we already know Cheetor how he looks, so we'll just move him out of the way. Let's get this in hand and see what we will see. So I'm just knocking all my paints not out of the way. Right, here we go. Just get a bit more light if my phone will let me. There we go. As you can see, it says for ages 14 plus. It says scale 1/100 handset. Some writing I can't read. It says number DL80008. I ordered this a week ago off AliExpress and it turned up today. And there you go. As you can see, there's the instructions. So let's have a little look, see what we can see inside. So proper excited for this. This should be pretty cool. Right, as you can see inside, it comes with, God, they look immense, way better than the original ones. These are his upgrade weapons, upgrade feet, and the ankle joints for the feet. So this should be pretty cool, giving him some proper decent feet. So we'll get onto them in a minute. And as you can see, these sprue cages here, just get them off. So as you can see, it has like B, a bit like your Gundam kits, D, C, and you guessed it, C. So it's got 2 C, oh yeah, and A. 2 C's, 1 B, 1 D, and an A. So I'm guessing these would be the top of the hands. So let's have a little look-see. As you can see, so I'm going to get all these detached and then I'll be right back. Yeah. And welcome back. So as you can see, this is everything that was in there. You don't actually need any of these. These are just for, like, I think it's like a universal kit that basically they use for all sorts of things, think like Gundams and stuff, but it manages to work on here or other Transformers. But it does come in a somewhat different size pegs, so if you need to, you can stick it in on different ones. And it told you to build these, but you don't actually use them. I think it's just a generic kit in some parts, but as you can see, is the sprue kits that came off, and my god, that was a nightmare. My snips broke, so I had to do it with nail clippers. Nightmare. Please make sure you've got yourself some snips and be safe when you're getting them off, because the fingers fell apart like Billy-O and it was annoying. As you can see, here's all the old parts off. There was some, the only tool I needed other than set of pliers just to gently push the hand together to make the ball joints stiff, and to undo the forearm so I could release the ball bearing, the ball joint. And as you can see, here's the old hands, the old stock hands, the leopard, excuse me, the Cheetor. The clue is in the name. The Cheetor's port just slipped straight off and pops onto there. Well, say slip straight off, it didn't. I had to prise it off slightly. But as you can see, this, let's get some more light in here. There we go. This is Cheetor with his upgrade kit, and I think you'll agree when you compare how rubbish his feet were before. You know, get a bit of a zoom down on here. See, that was that. The hands, And now these are the piece de resistance, the weapons. I mean, just look at that. I haven't seen the film, but apparently these are proper screen accurate, so I hope they are. But you know, it's a little bit fiddly to get together. You can't fully, mine won't fully go together, but you can. I think it rotates around here. It's like a little neb. Either way, you can put it together like that. Either way, it's still better than that. It's considerably bigger and a lot more menacing. And be very careful. This is very sharp. I think it's plastic, but it feels like metal. But as you can see, it's nearly taller than the figure. Well, it is taller than the figure. And you'll see it has these little marks. And this is how we're going to get onto Cheetor's upgrade on his hand. And each finger and thumb is articulated. You do have wrist rotation still. And he does have a little bit of a pivot swivel on his hand. So as you can see on his hand, there is a little focus, come on camera, a little peg there, and that just goes like so. You know, when you don't do it on camera, I've had it in for ages and it went straight in. There we go. So as you can see, that's how it goes on, and then you can just position the thumb around there. And as I said, each individual finger and thumb is articulated, 3 joints on each, well 4 if you include the socket joint, and you can get it to click on. I mean, to be fair, the fingers were a bit of a ball ache to get on because the tips fell off constantly. I even lost one of these earlier, but luckily, due to my diligence, I found it. I did not give in. It was this one that's starting to come off again, as it just has. The joints weren't the best when I was getting them out off the sprue, so I don't believe it was how it turned up. I believe it was just due to my piss poor efforts at getting the finger off. So just bear that in mind. I'll put it back on at the end of the review. But yeah, need some little bits of filing that done. But as you can see, look, it totally improves the claw now, because this comes separate off the sprue, the little metallic joint that you undo this screw for. You just pop the old one out, and then that goes in, and then you just click on here on the joint the hand back in, as you can see, just like that, and it clicks in nice and solid. So yeah, and he's still on his foot. You have this little nut on the end. I just held that with my finger and just screwed tight that, because now you've still got your foot rocker, and it does have this foot plate that kicks out, so you have got that bit more dynamic pose, like he could be fighting, going hand in hand, fighting against someone. It's just so much better with this. I mean, I'm a bit worried about the fingers falling off. If they get too loose over time, I may have to glue some of them, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And like I said, he does hold the staffs, spears should I say, and they do come together right now over me. There you go. See, so you look at that and you compare it to the stock one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still nice to have the stock one. It came with it, but it is really poor. I mean, we did get some paint on it at least, but it's poor in comparison to this. And this is rounded off for safety. They didn't bother in this Chinese kit. They're just like, no, we're going to do it as we want to, because it should be pointy. It's a spear, and God bless them. I agree, it should be a spear that's pointy. But yeah, I'm going to transform him into cheetor mode, and then I'll come back. Yeah. And welcome back. As you can see, he's now in his cheetor mode. And I've actually, if you saw my last video, you may, when I actually reviewed him, you may see that I was struggling to get him to tab in. Thanks to one of you out there, thank you for your little bit of insight. I managed to actually was worried about breaking it with the tolerances, but didn't have to. You just literally just pulled it forward a little bit more and the front legs clicked in. But so thank you for that. So here he is in his cheetah mode. As you can see, the hand just bends out. You can bend it out the way, and then he just literally can just stand on the paws, and the feet just fold up a bit more, so he's got a bit more of a bigger boot heel. But I don't think it looks too bad. And yes, the finger fell off again, so be very careful when you get it. It is a good kit, but that is slightly annoying that it keeps falling off. But yeah, it's definitely good. You can still move him the way you should, still, you know, move that, whatever. It's definitely a very good kit. So I'm going to go to my final thoughts, and I hope you'll join me. Yeah, welcome back to my final thoughts. So here's what I'm going to give it. It's a nice little upgrade kit. This figure doesn't have much waffling anyway, so it didn't come with any. I mean, it could, you can get little bits for there, but that's not what I got it for. I got it for the hands, but I got primarily to get that off the hands, so it made it a bit better, and to give it better feet. And you know what? I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I would have actually given it a little bit more, but there's one reason I'm not. And that's the fingers. They just fall apart. It's nice that they've made them move individually like that, but they should have just made it move like, you know, like Fry's Prime, where it just moved on a pin all together. I didn't like the fact I had to build it. They have basically just rehashed a Gundam kit, which is good, and they've just given it all the extra bibbly bobs and bits and this, that and the other, all the extra ball joints. And yes, it does work. It is good, and I'm going to keep all them for spares because you never know when you might need them. But you know, it is good. It does give it a bit more realism, and I do like the fact of the hands, how it was quite easy to install. It was easy to put together. It's fiddly as hell. So my snips actually broke before I got on to cutting this, cutting them off the sprues. But you know, I had to use nail clippers and they weren't as precise, so maybe that didn't help. But I didn't know, it's my fault because I didn't really look at the kit. I thought it was coming like the Optimus one did. I thought it was from the same seller. I thought it was a kit that came ready made. Some of it was, like the feet in parts, the hand in part, well, the wrist in part, the hand you had to make. But if I'd known you had to build the hand, I probably still would have got it, but I would have ordered the correct model cutter to do it. So if you've not got a model cutter, I wouldn't get this kit yet. I'd order one at the same time, a little set of snips, because these are so weak. I mean, they're not too bad now they're on, but they do, like just a minute ago before I came back on, the finger fell out of that hand. The whole finger came out at the ball joint, and I thought we were going to break it putting it back in, but thankfully it was quite tough and it took it and it went back in. But it does make him more realistic. But you see what I mean though? I just wish they'd done it like, you know, these hands. I mean, look, you could tell those hands look way better size into these tiddly things. But if they had made the hand that size, but on the joint there, just made him do like that, like Prime on the Earthrise / Kingdom, then that would have been amazing. But it is good. 7 out of 10. Got it off of AliExpress. I ordered it about 5 days ago. It turned up. That's quicker than some of the local stores in UK, so can't fault it. Brilliant seller that I keep getting mine off. Same person I've had all my last 3 things. My Dr. Wu that I've just picked up, I need to do a review for them, and my Optimus upgrade kit, and now this. So this has been Hodmus reviewing the Master Decal number DL80008 handset, scale 1 of 100 handset with upgrade kit for Rise of the Beast Voyager Cheetor. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm glad I got the kit, because now I feel Cheetor is the figure he should have been, and I still love the character, one of my favourite Beast War characters. So until next time, thanks for watching, please take care, till all toy lovers are one. Scooby-Doo ending.